Hello, everyone. This is Solace EDA 2024, and my name is Ojha. I'm an architect, and I will be taking you through process automation using EDA. EDA, that's a event-driven architecture in theory, right? So we'll in next maybe 30-35 minutes, we'll go through uh, what exactly mean in integration space, and I will try to capture one real use case with a demo as a demo, and then I will walk you through how Solace is helping to solve this problem. Now, let's first understand why is a why it is a preferred choice of organization, right? Organizations are trying to build their enterprises as a rather real-time for real-time capacity, real-time capability, data processing. Okay, so there are a lot of factors they are trying to improve their performance. They are trying to enhance their existing enterprise with minimal impact on their existing system. Now, first point, what we are talking, organizations are trying to leverage EDA to take advantage of where they will be able to achieve real-time capability. Now, EDA, when we talk about event-driven architecture, there was always there event there were in a different form, and that different form was messaging. Messaging was there, but why EDA appears? Okay, EDA appears because it started giving a service or a performance which is going to be as real time. Now, in real time, when we let's understand what that mean when we are saying why. Okay, messaging was there, but still there was appetite to organizations was moving to go with web services, REST-based APIs. Okay, because they were looking to get response as earliest as possible, and that is the reason they were leveraging like web services on REST. Now, because Q was lacking over there, because Q was ensuring reliability pattern. Reliable, that means trust. Trust means somebody, if you're trying to perform something, your data will ensure, some platform will ensure your data is persisted, or your data is in line where you want to be, you want to put. Okay, and that is not a case in case we are going for API. If API are not, endpoints are not available, you won't be able to serve. But but this messaging pattern allow you to make a reliability success. Okay, but there was no guarantee when it is going to be processed, and that's where EDA or platform like Solace and other comes in a play. Kafka, Solace in a play to serve you or give a feature which will able to give a real-time capability, and which will able to give reliability as well as real-time experience where data will get processed. Now, having said, it is not something, it is a replacement of real API or service-based architecture. It is a parallel. It's have their own space to play, and services have their own space to play. Now, let's talk a bit more about why real time is required. And again, if real time is required, why you need an event to get into real time. If your rather connection oriented or services are working fine, then why you need an EDA, or why you need event to be processed? Because data volume play is big, and at the same time we are looking to process as quickly as possible. Okay, and that's where you have a data processing comes in a play. Now you have a choice. You can bring a data volume. You can put that on a product which you're able to help, or which works either in an EDA way, and then still you're able to achieve what you are trying to achieve, your data movement, your data integration. Okay, so that part will get solved. Now, I mentioned something, you have a big volume data. Now, big volume data, if you are getting into real time, it is because body nature, that the HTTP nature is not to handle big volume data. Okay, that's the reason you don't, that is going to, it is going to throw a timeout or memory out of sync, that type of error you might have faced before. And that's the reason you need to shift a solution which is going to be parallel, which you are trying to achieve over there at the same time, which will ensure your data will be processed successfully. Now, that will help you to improve your system performance. Now, performance, when you are talking about, in previous case, if you are sending a data, you are trying to hold that data, or you are trying to hold that connection, that means you are holding at that point, you are not able to process till the time second system is not responding back. Now, this is your option when you are able to solve, you send the data to the originator to destination system. At the same time, you're able to process that if there is no dependency on a response which you are expecting from next system. Okay, but if you need some output which is coming from your destination system, that is a logic for your flow to be performed. Definitely, you need to stay where your REST or services will work. But if you don't have dependency, definitely you can shift over here. That will help you to improve your performance. We talked about real-time capability. We talked about data processing. Now, data processing, when you're saying it's a quick and faster Kafka engine or Solace engine, is sufficient enough to process your data or ship your data as quickly as possible. Okay, which is going to be as if you are going to be eventual real-time. Now, when we talk about these two, it is going to automatically shift your performance or improve your performance of the system. Now, we talk something called real-time data processing and performance. Other thing is, which is another concern to the enterprises. They already have built up an enterprise for a long time, and they are trying to add up to get a new features over there. All new generation platforms are now compliant to all messaging format. So this is one way you'll be able to integrate or onboard new systems without impacting or minimal disruption. Nobody likes disruption in a business, right? So if you are able to propose something which will be able to keep their business running, at the same time they will be able to enhance your system up, that is going to be added advantage. And that's where EDA plays a role. Now, EDA plays a role to improve your or reduce your disruption or minimize your disruption to your system. Now, we repeat something called EDA. EDA is event-driven architecture. That means events in a core of this architecture. Now, when we talk about event, let's touch with a bit more about what is mean by events, right? Now, in previous slide, I was talking something about messaging was there, then why EDA or why events, right? Because events is there, events, okay. So if you say, let's put other way, right? Event is always occurred. It's not get generated. Okay, it occurs. Something happened, and then you need to act on that. And that is a one reason. So, for example, let's take an example where maybe in our college, from our college days, also from engineering days, we keep inserting a record, right? When we are inserting a record in a table have their own structure, and they have one state at the time. Let's say table have 10 records. Okay, so table AC property and state is saying I have 10 records. Okay, and I have maybe 5 columns or 10 columns. That is my current state of project. Then that object, when we are trying to invoke or insert, fire an insert statement against that table. That means you are asking to change the state, and then there is a two. One, you are trying to change the state, then you're supplying a data to change that state. Once you change that state, that object internally is trying to maintain or updating all dependent objects, saying, okay, there is a change in my state. Maybe you created a new record. That record is going to generate a record ID. And when you are generating a record ID, that is going to impact you. Maybe you have an index attached to that table. Maybe you have a trigger attached to that table. You might be saying, okay, something new record generated, then maybe if my master record generated, then let my child table also gets updated. Okay, that's where your event is changing a state. When we bring that in integration concern or integration area, whenever mentioning something real-time data capability or real data processing, that means you need something. As soon as there is a change in state and there is a parallel processes are waiting for that state, it will automatically get triggered. That means you don't need to write a process which is going to go into that data sync to read that if there is any new data. No, it is going to be automatically inform you because you are listening that event. These systems are aware about who is listening, and they are automatically send a notification saying there is a change in state. Okay, we'll see that in a bit more when we will go through a demo. Now, when talk about state, then couple of things, right? I said event is a part of event-driven architecture. That means all architecture is moving around your events, right? That's the reason we are saying significant change in state. Okay. Now I was saying something called event, right? You might have a question. Okay. How is it different from messaging? Okay. So it is not. Rather than messaging, is there was message notification, right? Notification, alert notification, that is one which is interchangeably used as a type of event. Now, for the programmers, it's again a different label. For the people who understand on high level events and messaging interfaces, another notification is interchangeably gets used, but events generate more data. And especially if you talk about developer, they are working through APIs, which is going to be maybe Solace API, take it a MuleSoft, take it any tool which deals in EDA. They generate a lot of other data, and that's a meaning for that data because that process is required to, and there is a significance of every data in that. Again, we talk about, I mentioned two things. One is push, second is pull. That means when I was mentioning, you are browsing any data sync to find if anything new happened. That's where you're pulling. You have a time. Every time you are going to and looking, is there anything new for me? Okay, that is a polling. That means client need to be active to watch what data I want to retrieve. But at the same time, if you get into events, that means we don't want to repeat that, keep polling over and overloading your the processes. Instead of that, let system inform, hey, I have a new data for you. Okay, and then new data will reach to you. Okay, and that mechanism normally known as a push. Okay, so that means you don't need to keep asking. System is aware about you are looking for any change or anything has been passed for you. Okay, system automatically going to tell you there is a data for you. Okay, now this is another, right? So we talked about events. Who solved that? Somebody might have responsibility. Might have taken a responsibility to take that, hold your data, inform you if things went wrong or if your system crashed and that your data need to be retained. Remember, I told you that is a reliability also. So if you keep losing your data, that system is not reliable for you. You are looking for a system which is going to ensure you will never lose your data. Okay, and that's where the event broker plays a role. Event broker is again like event is a backbone of EDA. Event broker is a backbone of event processing. Right. So any product, take any product, and which is talking in an event, they are event underlying. Okay. Now this slide, this slide will be available, so you can read out later on also. But yeah, again, nutshell is broker is a backbone of any event-driven product. Okay, which takes care about what need to be retained, what need to be notified, what need to be moved to out of sync, what need to persist. Okay, so that is what need to, or who is monitoring me. Okay, so that is, again, there is a two terminology, right? Queue and topic. Then that's a different queue. You have a FIFO, that means first in, first out, and then somebody who is publishing, and then there's a consumer. Once consumer picked up the data, if some second consumer is trying to pull the same data, there is no option to pull the same data. But there is another parallel path, that is a topic. And then there is a topic with guarantee. Okay, topic with guarantee, that means one, you have consumed or you have subscribed any topic, and if any event happened or anything has been published on that topic, if you are active that time, you'll get that message. But topic with guarantee, that means irrespective of you are available or not, you might be disconnected. You may be down for a week, and then after you are coming back, your system is connecting to the topic. Let topic pass a message to you. Okay, and that's retain data for you. Okay, this journey is normally considered as a two-way transaction. Okay, that transaction is a totally different topic. Okay, maybe I will talk sometime later. Okay, now when I talked about something event broker, event, and then I was mentioning something called API. Okay, so we talked about the other event broker and then parallel integration style. We are talking integration both ways. And the integration style is API. This have their own space to cover, especially if you are looking for request and response style, reply style integration. This is another way you can leverage. Even platform also supports API, or EDA also supports API. So you can go mix and match or any parallel path. Okay, how is it different, right? I talked about something called EDA, different than API. I've already quite elaborated, mentioned saying why EDA is different. EDA is event driven and predominantly with async way to integrate your system. API is a synchronous way to integrate your system. Okay, both ensure your data will be performed correctly. Reliability will ensure by EDA if you have a use case where you need to retain your data and you want that data need to be processed or it should be available every time. You need to, again, your choice depends on what you are looking. Now here it becomes what EDA magic is. So as mentioned, it's asynchronous. Okay, it's improved competitive advantage. That means you have multiple processes are running together. Okay, so process will be able to pick up and process it quickly. That is going to improve automatically improve your system performance. Okay, then say operation cost. You don't need a lot of investment to run a parallel processes. Okay, so a lot of has been baked within a system, so that is improvement. It is going to automatically improve your operational cost as well. Okay, now scalability, reliability, already talked about. Reliable, need to be reliable. Your system need to be reliable and scalable. So if tomorrow, if more data is coming, your system should not crash, and automatically this all factors is going to bring enhanced customer experience. Okay, experience we are going to talk. You'll get a glimpse in a demo also. Okay, and I will touch base on that. Okay. Solace is a product which support EDA, and what I talked about, there are this terminology which is get associated with the events. Okay, and then there is a CQRS that's predominantly if you're looking to rather branch your data read processing. Okay, and so it will not impact. Even miss is another thing. It is going to help you a lot about synchronizing your events. Okay, here it comes to how it looks like. Okay, so broker is setting something, all surrounding system are subscribing, and then you have some parts, right? You can use you can leverage platform for event monitoring. Okay, centralized event system, and that's what it works. Okay, so how Solace is going to play in a role of integration, your integration solution. Okay, quick. I promise it's a problem statement. We'll try to take quick problem statement and we'll go a step to demo. Okay, problem statement. Business is trying to offer a rather festive discount to their customer, and this exercise is taken because they have a huge customer base across the world, and every region have their own discount to be offered. So what we observed that usually take a 3 to 4 weeks of time, lead time to inform data acquisition team to convert their data into SQL and run against their own data warehouse. We'll try to automate that. Okay, I promise that for process automation. So we'll try to automate that. So this is one scenario. Before you're performing for automation, contract, any relation with the bank is a contract, and that we'll take a credit card example in this one. So that contract need to be retrieved, and that business user will be able to retrieve that contract and perform their adjustment in Excel because they are more comfortable with that, and they are submitting that adjusted Excel as a CSV file to the system. That system is reading, processing, enriching, and then that is leveraging Solace to rather enrich the data. And here Salesforce, Snowflake, and Teradata as depicted in this example, but actual case it was a Netezza, Teradata as well as Snowflake. Every region have their own data warehouse or data lake, so that data need to be reached over there. And then you can see notification will going through your Gmail and WhatsApp. Okay, let's quickly get into demo. Okay, here in demo, right, you can see we are trying to pull all information from the system. That's a credit system, and that with that region. But since data volume was high, it throws an example error saying too many data. So it's refined, and that refined query has been submitted again. And in the example, right, you can see there's a couple of UI will pop up, and that is Snowflake, Teradata, and that's Salesforce. Okay, so user submitted their query. Once query has been submission is correct, that request get created as a case in a Salesforce, and then a system will get into in a play to, because we put up 50,000 record threshold, so it is going to create a file of 50,000 record in an Excel. Okay, luckily in my demo we don't have 50,000 record. Okay, so that once 50,000 record has been created in Excel, that Excel will be downloaded. You'll see that. Let's see how that Excel format look like. So we have a predefined template which is going to bring that data. So data is going to bring region, country, and then account number, contractor. So this is a template, predefined template, where when data is ready, data gets load in this Excel. So this is example of how it gets downloaded. Okay, so once it's downloaded, and then after downloading, you can see all data, what type of product it is, what is a contract ID, what is a branch code, where which branch or short code has been associated, you are associated with. Okay, and then there is account number. Okay, once user will able to do that, then business user. When we're talking user, this is not an end user. So this is for the bank business user. So business user will go ahead and populate their what discount they are trying to offer. So again, there are multiple discount options. One is base, which is going to common for everyone. And then there is something called loyalty. Their loyal customers is getting some extra discounts, right? And then you can see another, that's a column J. Okay, that is a threshold value. That means if your billing for that month is this much, this offer will be applied to you. And then you have a maximum column K, which is talking about how much maximum discount system will give it to you. Okay. Now, in this one, user is going to user populated that data, and that data it gets converted as a CSV file, and then the CSV file will get submitted back to the system, and that system will take that further. Now, so far you can see there is a REST API play. You can see REST API is playing. It was able to create that, and then request was send it to Solace. Solace was able to pull that data, created a file leveraging APIs. So CSV file, that Excel file was generated, and then this data has been submitted to the system back. Okay, that's now you can, this Excel will get converted in a CSV file. Now, once CSV will get submitted, okay, you can see there are multiple regions. There is a North America, there is just Europe, and then Asia Pac. I was saying every region have their own data warehouse, right? For example, North America is using Teradata. Europe is using North America is Snowflake. Teradata is used by Europe, and Salesforce is used by Asia Pac, right? So that data will get segregated at the Solace level. Okay, so Solace, this data will get queued to one channel, and then that will separated by country code. And based on country code, you can see after submission you also get a request ID. Again, I was saying Salesforce case gets created for the submission also. Okay. Now, once this submission is done, that internal process, right, which is running behind in a Solace, is going to split this data in their own queue. That is going to be Asia and North America and Europe, and then that data enrichment will happen from that queue. Okay. Now, if you see in slide, I was showing a couple of icons for integration perspective. For this demo, we have used Mute, okay, but you can leverage anything, any framework which is able to communicate with Solace. Solace is again, I have used Solace over here for as a middleware. Okay. Now, once it's created, this is a Solace event screen, PubSub Platform screen, where you will be able to see data gets splitted. Okay, some queue has been created, and then that data will get loaded to their respective data warehouse. Let's quickly watch that. Okay, so this is the adjustment to be performed, and that adjustment record has been loaded in a Salesforce for one region. Second region, data has been loaded in a Snowflake, so you can see that data is appearing on Snowflake side. Okay. Third region will go into Teradata, so that data gets settled in their warehouse, and then they have a process, and that process will enrich the data and put it, apply the discounts and apply to the customer's billing amount. Okay. In the billing amount, I said there is a there is a threshold value. So out of maybe for that contract, the threshold value is $1,000. If $1,000 bill is there, then you'll get that discount, which offer has been given to the customer. Okay. Quick recap, and then I think we are done. Okay. We'll get into question and answer. If you have any question, I'm around. Okay. So what we downloaded bulk contract. Business user applied their business requirement in Excel. They convert that Excel file as a CSV because of size, to reduce the size of file. So file has been submitted back to the system. System is splitting that file, applying the enrichment, and that is getting settled in their warehouse. Okay, that's it. Only thing, one thing you might have seen in a demo, if we have put I put a cutoff threshold for the record of 50,000. If record is 50,000, more than 50,000 is coming as a retrieve, it is going to return back to the customer saying refine your query. Okay, that's it. That's it very much for this session. Okay, and then if you have any question, I'm around. You can fire a question. If you want to connect me, this is a QR code. You can scan and connect me to LinkedIn. Thank you very much.